Good day, class. Our topic for today is about Java control statements. So our objectives is the use of if else, and switch statements to make choices. Then we will be able to construct appropriate conditions for control statements using relational operators. Relational operators. So balikan lang natin itong mga to. So I already discussed this one, the shorthanding using our assignment operator combined with arithmetic and concatenation operators. So halimbawa, we have here an example. Int a is equal to 17. Then our string s is equal to high. So if we're going to add the a which has the value of 17 to 30, we will get the value of 20. Likewise here, 17 minus 3, this will be 14. 17 times 3, 17 divided by 3, 17 modulus 3, and then s is high plus there, so the equivalent is high there. Okay, so we just add this one because on the part of if we're going to do some conditional statements, we will be using some bits of this assignment operators. Okay. We also have the increment operator. So I already taught you the pos and the prefix operators of this increment and the decrement operator. So if the operator, the increment operator is before our variable, ayan, so before our variable, it automatically adds. But if it is after our variable, saka lang po gagana yung ating increment operator after the said execution. Okay. Ganun din po doon sa ating decrement operator. So in our decrement operator, we had our post and pre din siya. So if post ulit, magbabawas automatically. But if that is, if I should say, but if that is post, saka lang siya magbabawas if after the execution. Okay. Like for this example, we had here int m is equal to 7 and double x is equal to 6.4. So, m plus plus. So, yung m plus plus natin, mag-a-add siya ng 1 after na ma-call natin siya on the next cycle. Okay. Likewise, dito sa x minus 1, x decrement. So, magbabawas lang din siya after the execution. Okay. So, the focus on this lesson is about the conditional statement. So, pag-aaralan natin dito kung paano nga ba gagamitin yung if, else if, tsaka yung switch statements natin. So, using these statements in Java is crucial for controlling the flow of your program based on certain conditions. Okay? So, depende doon sa mga condition na ilalagay natin doon sa loob ng parenthesis natin. So, we will be using our logical operators, our relational operators, or our arithmetic operators. So, pwede natin silang gamitin lahat inside our parentheses. Okay. So, we had here the if. So, ito yung principal form niya or these are the syntax. Okay. Ito yung syntax ng if natin. If the condition and then statement. Okay. Another condition is our if else. Okay. On our if muna, on the if condition, it executes statements if the condition is true. So, isa lang po yung tinitest natin dito sa if natin. Pag the condition is true, it automatically outputs whatever is inside our statement. But if the condition, ito yung condition natin dito sa loob ng parenthesis na to. If the condition is false, nothing will be seen in the console. Okay. Dito naman sa ating if else, okay, we had two condition. Okay. So if the first condition is true, it automatically outputs whatever is inside our statement. Else, pag naging false naman itong nandito sa ating if, it automatically outputs whatever is inside our else statement. Okay? Kadalasan, yung mga nandito sa if condition natin is mga true talaga siya. And yung mga nasa else statement natin or our default, kalimitan talaga is sila yung mga false. Okay? We also had additional form, which is the if else if. So, dito naman, magkakaroon tayo ng two condition. Okay. In this first condition, if the first condition is true, it automatically outputs whatever is inside here, and then disregard na niya yung laman ng else if tsaka else. But if the first condition is false, it automatically read. Babasahin niya read. I-read niya itong second condition natin. If the second condition is true, eto nang i-output niya, disregard na niya yung else. But if the first condition and the second condition is false, it automatically outputs whatever is inside our else. Okay. Visualize natin yan later pagdating sa coding. Okay. The if and if else statements. So, better to overuse braces than underuse them because it can help to eliminate logic errors. Dito pumapasok yung tinatawag natin na block of code. Okay. So, every time that we are using those curly braces, after those conditions, we are telling that oops, this line of code are the block of code for this if statement. Okay. Condition of an if statement must be a Boolean expression. It evaluates to true or false. So, dito pumapasok yung Boolean natin. If the first condition is true and the second condition is false. Or if the first condition is false, the second condition is false, it automatically outputs whatever is inside our else. Okay. Next, okay, this is an example of an if statement. We had here a data type integer with a variable age with a value of 18. So, dito natin gagamitin yung ating if statement. Okay, if open and close parentheses. Inside this open and close parentheses, ito yung tinatawag natin na condition. So, we are already testing. If the age here with the value of 18 is less than equal to 18. Okay. So, if this condition is true, it automatically outputs this you can vote. Okay. Since the value of age is 18 and we use this equal sign here beside our less than, so maa-output po natin itong you can vote. Okay. I will try to code that one. Okay. Int age is equal to 18. Okay. Dito papasok yung ating if statement. If and then open and close parenthesis for our condition and open and close curly brace for our statement. Okay. So, age is less than equal to 18. Okay. So, here we will be outputting system.out.println, then open and close, then our semicolon. Okay. You can vote. Okay. So, let's analyze this code. Okay. The value of the data type that we use here is an integer. Okay. The variable that we use is age. Okay. The value of age is 18. Okay. So, if we're going to call this variable inside our condition, the value of this age here is 18. Okay. Is 18 less than or equal to 18? So, since we use this operator equal, so 18 is really equal to 18. So, if we're going to run this one, okay, you can vote. Okay. Let's try to change the operator. Okay. I will be using greater than. Okay. So, age is greater than, palitan natin to ng, wait lang, palitan ko ng 20 and then balikan ko to ng, yan. Okay. Age with a value of 20 is less than equal to 18. Alam na agad natin, mas malaki itong age nito na to kaysa dito sa dineclare natin na 18. Since mas malaki itong age natin, it automatically output false. Pero, since itong statement natin below our if, ang ina-output lang po nito if it's the condition is true. Okay. If the condition is true, it automatically outputs whatever is inside here in this statement. But if the condition here is false, wala ka pong makikitang output. So it will be blank. Okay? Blank po yung output natin. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng if. The if statement will only output a true statement coming from our condition. Pagdating ng condition natin dito, if the condition is false, wala na po tayong pwedeng i-output. Yun po yung ibig sabihin ng if statement natin. Okay. To solve that one, we can have another statement. Okay. Okay, this is another one. I have here an example. An example which is a string with a variable str comp ed 10. Okay. An integer I, variable I with a value of 4. If I is equal to 4, I'm going to add 1. Okay, I'm going to add 1. Then I'm going to output the comp ed 10. Okay. System.out line I is equal to plus I. Okay. So since our condition here, the value of 4 is really equal to 4, and then if we're going to output this one, the output is comp ed 10 and the value is 5. System that out that print line because we already add here 1, so this will become 5. Okay. Next, we have here the if else. Okay. So, maliwanag pagdating sa if, one condition is true, may output po tayo. But if one condition is false, wala na po tayong i-output. Okay, let me try to code this one para mas maliwanag. Okay, kopyahin ko lang siya. Okay, I have here string str is equal to comp ed 10. And then I have here an integer I with the value of 4. And then if I is equal to 4, then I will have here I plus plus, so I'm going to increment. If this condition, then I'm going to add 1, and then I'm going to output the str or the string which comprises or the value is comp ed 10. Yan. So, ito yung curly braces natin. Ito, nag-end siya dito. Okay. So, we call this one the block of code. Okay. Ibig sabihin, itong curly braces na to, pagmamay-ari siya ni if with this condition. Okay. So, we test the condition and whatever the condition here, if the condition is true, it automatically outputs here. Okay. Since the condition here is true, it adds 1 and then it outputs this system.out.print line string which is the comp ed 10, and then pag okay na siya, i-output niya yung nasa labas ng ating curly braces, system.out.print line, or in the block of code, i-output na niya yung nandito sa labas, which is the value of I is equal to, and then we concatenate our I. Okay. So if I'm going to run this one, the output will be comp ed 10, and then we're going to add 1, so the value is 5. Okay. So let's try to analyze this one again. What if I'm going to change this one? Okay. I'm going to change the number into 5. Okay. Is the value of I equal to 5, diba? So it is false. Automatically nag-false siya. Since false siya, whatever is inside here, hindi na po niya i-output. Kasi, nag-stop na dyan. Once this condition here becomes, wait lang. Once this condition here becomes false, hindi na niya i-output to. But what we have here outside our block of code, meron pa tayo ditong extra. Okay. So, the value of I is 4. So, ang magiging output lang po natin dito is si 4. Okay. Yung value natin is si 4 lang. Kasi nagkamali na yung condition natin dito eh. So, once the condition here is false, hindi na po niya i-output whatever inside our block of code. It automatically goes to the next line sa labas ng ating block of code. But, if the condition here is true, whatever is inside the block of code, i-output po niya. Okay. Hope na the if statement is very clear. Okay. Next is our if-else statement. In the if-else statement, kung kanina sa if statement natin, if the condition is false, wala na siyang i-output. Pagdating naman kay if-else statements natin, meron na po siyang i-output gamit yung ating else. Okay. So we had here again a variable, a data type integer with a variable age with a value of 18. If our condition here, if age is less than or equal to 18, system.out.println, you can vote. Else, system.out.println, you cannot vote. Let's go back to our code. Okay. From here, we can create else here and then open and close curly braces. Tanggalin ko muna to. Palitan natin yung laman niya. Okay. Tanggalin ko din muna yung incrementation. Okay. If the condition here is true, I will output true. If the condition becomes false, the output will be false. Okay. We had here a data type. Tanggalin na rin natin si string. We had here a data type integer with a variable I with a value of 4. So here, the value of I here is 4. We had our if condition with our curly braces. So block of code yan pag mamay-ari yan ni if. Is I equal to 5? Okay. So that becomes false. So since it becomes false, whatever is inside our curly braces, i-disregard po niya. And pupunta siya dito sa ating else statement. At kung ano yung laman na statement sa loob ng ating else, yun na po yung i-output niya. Okay, let's try to run. Okay, the output is false. So, ganun lang kasimple yung if-else. Okay, if-else, if the first condition is false, it automatically goes to our else statement. If the condition is true, it automatically outputs our statement here and disregard whatever is inside our else statement. So let's try to change this one. Ibalik natin siya sa 4. If I'm going to run, this becomes 2 and disregard whatever is inside our else statement. Okay. Another example. Okay. Data type with a data type integer with a variable time with a value of 20. If our time is 20, less than equal to 18, system.out.println, wala yung L niya, nakalimutan, good day. Else system.out.println, good evening. Okay. Since in this statement, dito sa condition natin, okay, here in the condition, 20 yung value ng time natin. It's 20 less than equal to 18. So since this is false, it automatically disregard whatever is inside our curly braces and it automatically outputs whatever is inside our else statement. So the output of this code is good evening. Okay. Next line is, we're done with already with the if and the else statement. Here comes if, else, if. Okay. Dito sa if, else, if naman, we have what we call else if, another condition. Okay. So in this example, we had a data type integer with a variable time with a value of 22. If our condition, if time with a value of 22 less than 10, okay. Since this is false, i-disregard niya itong first statement natin. Then, it automatically goes to our next condition using our else if. Sorry, excuse me. Our time here is 22. Is 22 less than 18? So since it's still false, i-disregard na naman niya whatever is inside our statement. So since na-disregard ang ating first condition, yung statement niya, yung second condition natin is false, na-disregard yung statement niya, automatically outputs else. Okay. Ang magiging output nito is good evening. Okay. Let's try to code this one para mas maintindihan. Okay. Ito na lang din siya. Palitan ko na lang to ng good morning. Morning. And then, else if time. And curly braces. Else if I is less than equal to 2. Palitan din natin ito ng 5. Ayan. So, dito papasok yung system.out. Control V. Tanggalin ko na yung mga yan. Okay, so this will be afternoon. And this will be evening. Ayan. Okay. We had here a variable, a data type integer with a variable I with a value of 4. If I with a value of 4 is equal to 5. Okay. Since our first condition is false, it automatically disregard this one. Else if it goes again to our second condition, is I less than equal to 2. Okay. Our I here is 4. Since this is still false, it automatically disregard our second condition. Since our first condition and our second condition false, naging false po siya, it automatically outputs whatever is inside our else, which is the good evening. Okay. So, let's try to correct this one. Okay, balik ko to ng 4. Okay. Is 4 equal to 4? Okay. Since our first condition is true, it automatically output agad tong morning natin. And it will automatically disregard whatever is here inside the else if and the else. So, let me run this one. So, the output is morning. Okay. Balik natin to ng 5. Palitan ko to ng greater than. Okay. Dito, the condition is false. Hindi na niya yan i-output. Dito, the condition is already true. So, since the condition is true, it outputs here and disregard here. So, if I'm going to run, the output is afternoon. Okay. Hope na naging clear sa inyo yung paggamit ng if, else, and if, else, if. Okay. We had here another example using the graded weighted average of a student. Okay. So, pwede kang gumawa ng maraming else if. Maraming condition. Kahit ilang condition pa yan. Damihan mo, okay lang. Basta you start with the if and you end with an else. Pagdating sa mga else if, you always put a condition. Okay. And open and close curly braces, and then your statement. Okay. I have here a double graded weighted average with a variable with a value of 91.0. If GWA is greater than equal to 95, that will be outstanding. If your GWA is greater than equal to 90, that is very satisfactory. If GWA is greater than equal to 85, that is satisfactory. If GWA is greater than equal to 80, that is fairly satisfactory. Else, kung mas mababa na po siya sa 80, it did not meet expectation. Okay. So, since this is 91.0, mas mataas po siya dito kay 90. So, the output here is very satisfactory. Okay. Let's now proceed to our last statement, which is the switch statement. Okay. The switch statement provides a way to execute different blocks of code based on the value of an expression. It provides a convenient way to handle multiple conditional branches in Java, improving code readability and maintainability. Okay. So, maganda itong switch. Actually, every time that you're using your asterisk 143 number sign and you're choosing number there, di ba? Pipili ka doon ng number 1, 2, 3, mga ganun, yung mga nakalagay doon sa asterisk 143. Once you choose something there, switch po yung ginagamit doon. Okay. You click on number 2, ito yung laman niya, so ito yung i-output kayo. Okay, paano siya gamitin? Okay. Let's have an example. It is the basic syntax muna. Okay. So the basic syntax of a switch statement in Java is as follows. Switch. Okay. The expression is value 1 and whatever you want to execute here. So dito papasok yung SOP mo. System.out.println and automatically break. So kapag halimbawa ang pinili mo is si case 1, magi-stop na po siya kay break. And then, if you're going to choose again another one, magbe-break na naman siya kasi ipapakita niya sa iyo whatever is inside that case. Okay. Pero kung meron kang pinili na wala doon sa mga cases na yan, halimbawa, ang nakalagay dito is si value 1 and value 2. Pero ang nilagay mo is si value 3. It automatically goes to the default. Kumbaga, is else siya. Kung the first condition, second condition, hindi siya nag-met, ganun sa if else, it automatically goes to the else. Okay. Ganun din po si switch. If wala dun sa pagpipilian yung nilagay mo, it automatically goes to the default. Whatever is the SOP inside the default, yun na po yung i-output niya. Okay. So, the switch keyword starts the switch statement and is followed by an expression in parentheses. Inside the curly braces, there are one or more case labels followed by code blocks. So the default label is optional and provides a default case to execute when none of the cases match the expression. Each case is followed by a colon. Hindi po siya semicolon. Colon. Okay. And contains code to execute if the expression matches the case value. So the break statement is used to exit the switch statement. Without break, execution would continue to the next case. Okay. Wala siyang example. Wait lang, gagawa ako ng example para mas maintindihan yung switch. Okay, class, I have here an example. Okay. Okay, so this is an example of a switch. Kaso lang nakalimutan kong ilagay yung default dito sa pinakababa. Okay, we have here an integer where our data type with a variable day with a value of 4. Which day? So whatever the value of this day, ito po yung pupunta dito sa loob ng ating open and close parentheses. Okay. So, kung ano yung magiging value niya, which is 4, ang magiging output niya is si Thursday. Kasi siya yung nandito sa 4. Okay. Let's go to the coding part. Okay. So, this is the code. Okay. Int day is equal to 4. Okay. So, ito yung 4 natin. Ang value ni day natin dito is 4. We have here case 1, case 2, and then the default. Wala naman tayong nakalagay na case 4, kaya if we're going to run this one, it automatically goes to our default. Okay. If I'm going to change this one into 1, okay, kunin ko yung number 1. Whatever is inside the value of 1, ito yung case 1 natin, ito po yung magiging output niya. So if I'm going to put the 1 here and I'm going to run, the output is Monday. Okay. If I'm going to change again the value of day into 2, it automatically outputs kung ano yung nandito sa case 2 natin. So if I'm going to run that one, the output is Tuesday. Ganyan lang po kasimple yung paggamit ng switch. Okay, yung switch natin, lagi-lagi nyo yung ginagamit pag nag-asterisk 1, 2, 3 kayo or asterisk 1, 4, 3 number sign. So, meron tayong mga pagpipilian doon. Diba nakalagay doon is pipili ka doon ng number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Kung minsan yung 0 is to go back. Okay, to go back to the main menu or dun sa dating menu kung saan ka galing, or if you want to choose, halimbawa is you want to go plan, yung mga go yan, mga go booster and everything ng mga dun sa globe. Okay, so may pagpipilian ka dun sa asterisk 143 number sign. Or dun sa asterisk 123 number sign naman, pagdating po sa ating smart, okay, na telecom company. Okay. So I think that ends the discussion. If you have any further clarification or question na mga hindi naintindihan dito sa topic ko, you can just send a message into our GC, or if you want to rewatch this one, pwede mo siyang panoorin ulit para para mas maintindihan mo. Okay, so we add here pala, nakalimutan ko, the break keyword. Meron mga pala tayong nakalagay dito lagi na the break keyword. Okay. Inside the break keyword, pag nagbe-break na kasi, once it reaches kung ano yung pinili mo na case, it automatically stop the execution. Okay. Pag wala kasi yung break, the execution will continue and continue. Pero kung may break tayo, doon na nag-i-stop. So a break can save a lot of execution times because it ignores the execution of all the rest of the code into the switch block. Okay. So kung meron pa kayong mga katanungan, question dito sa topic natin, you can just message me or send a message in our group chat. Okay. And then for the activity, I want you to do this one. Write a program to check whether a number is negative, positive, or zero using our control statement. So, kung ano yung gusto nyong gamitin, pili na kayo doon para matest natin if the number is negative, positive, or zero. You can use the if-else-if statement para mas maganda. So, gawa kayo ng dalawang condition and then gawa kayo ng isang else statement. So, I want you to create your own variable para hindi pare-pareho yung variable. And then, I will be opening Google Classroom or yes, actually, I already opened the Google Classroom. A link na lang kung saan nyo i-upload yung assignment ninyo. Okay. So, I think that's end the discussion. Thank you all for watching and sana may natutunan kayo and see you next week. I think babalik na kasi kayo next week. Okay. Have a good day, everyone. Goodbye.